All right, and welcome to my kitchen again. I'm Chef Victoria, and I'm gonna do a fresh salsa for you. It is super simple. You don't need to buy that in the grocery store. You can just make this yourself and you will just be so surprised. You're just gonna need a flavorful heirloom tomato, a lime, onion, red preferable, but I didn't have one, so I'm using a sweet yellow, some fresh cilantro, a jalapeno, or any other pepper that you like. This was from my garden, and it's a little spicy kick, so I'm using this one. So it's basically chopping and putting everything in there and letting it sit so all the flavors meld together. You're gonna be so surprised how easy this is. We're gonna take our heirloom. I'm just gonna top it because it's got some funky little things going on. It was from my garden. Then we're gonna cut it in half. Get everything out of the way here. And we're just gonna simply slice it into teeny weeny little cubes, okay? Preferably you're using a very sharp knife, as I am, so you can cut through without damaging the tomato. There's one part of it. Just gonna stick it in my bowl here. We're gonna continue with the second one. And we're gonna try to make them pretty small, okay? And you wanna make sure because the smaller bits will really cause it to become more like salsa because of the liquid that's in the tomato. There we go. And I find that heirloom tomatoes are much sweeter and more of a flavor with, you know, a tomato flavor, whereas you get your other ones like the Romas and things at the grocery store, and they are, you know, they're not quite as flavorful because they've been picked green, unfortunately, and so there you've got, okay. Got all my tomatoes sliced and in my bowl. Then we're going to chop our pepper. And I like to seed my pepper. So I will just take a spoon and do this. I just think it's nicer not to have the seeds in your salsa. Now, if one or two's in there, it's okay. So let's just push everything out of the way there. And we're going to chop again this very fine, okay? Because you don't want to bite into a big piece of chili pepper. Make sure you keep your fingers out of the way, oops, of your knife. And curl them under because you do not want to chop your finger off. Okay, beautiful, nice and fine, finely chopped. And we'll just put that in there. Okay, then we're gonna do some onion. I don't think I'll need my whole onion here. I think I'll only do a half an onion. That's when you know, like right now I'm not doing a full recipe. Usually I do you know, like 2 tomatoes and whatnot. So this time I'm just gonna do 1 tomato because I'm not really needing a lot of salsa here. So I just decided to cut the recipe in half, but normally I would do 2. And we're gonna wanna, again, cut this dice very, very small. And I think that's plenty of onion for this amount of tomato. Just put that in there. Okay. we're gonna squeeze in some lime. And you can go according to taste. I kind of like the taste of fresh lime in my salsas. Right now I'm doing a half. And then we're gonna cut some fresh cilantro. And you wanna bunch it up the best you can. And then start chopping across. We can just make it into fine little pieces of cilantro. There you go. Stick that in there. I'm going to add some salt. Start with a smaller amount. Now you can put fresh garlic, which I think I will because my husband really likes garlic. I'm going to use my garlic press to squeeze that in there like that, because you don't want to bite into a big old piece of garlic. Okay, so now we're just going to mix this up, and I want to give it a taste. Enough salt. You got to test to make sure you have enough salt in there. That's going to be beautiful. Perfect amount of heat with my homegrown pepper. So I'm going to just put a touch of ground pepper in there also. And I may add just a little bit more of lime. Perfectly up to you, though, how much lime you want to put in there. But I feel like the lime really brightens it up and gives it a wonderful, wonderful citrusy flavor. So let's give this a taste. Perfect. We're gonna let that sit a couple hours. Boom, you're ready for chips and salsa or whatever you would like. So enjoy your salsa. Give me a thumbs up on Facebook telling me I love your food, Victoria.